What are they talking about?
Leave her alone! No, don't do it!
Rose, a young woman, is beat up, bruised, clearly been through hell. We see the cuts, the pain etched on her face, and someone's grilling her, trying to piece together the nightmare she's lived. But to understand how she got here, we gotta rewind a few weeks. Life for Rose was simple. She lived with her mom, the woman who raised her solo since her dad passed when she was little. A real bond, you know? One of those, it's us against the world kind of deals. We see them, happy in their little home, Rose coming home from work, her mom cooking up something delicious. Then her mom drops a bomb. We're going to see my friend Derek. Rose isn't thrilled. She barely knows the guy, and something feels off. But her mom's got this idea in her head. She really wants Rose to come along. So, begrudgingly, Rose gives in. The day of the trip arrives and Rose has serious doubts. "Mom, you've barely known this guy. Should we trust him?" she asks. "What if he's bad news?" But her mom, she's head over heels, tells Rose, "He's a good man. You'll see." Right then, the car decides to die. Rose says, "See, Mom, this is a sign." But her mom, being the resourceful woman that she is, gets that thing running, and they're off to the docks. Rose's mom goes to meet Derek, who's working on a boat named Annalizia. While Mom takes out supplies, Rose sees two guys lingering around. One offers to help, but Mom politely declines. "I got this." After a bit of mom-daughter bonding, Rose reluctantly joins her mom, boarding Derek's boat. Derek, a rich guy, claims he borrowed the boat, even though that felt a little fishy. Rose is not buying it, but plays along. They set sail, and you can tell Mom is totally smitten. Rose? She's got that gut feeling that something's not right. Cell service is dead, which only increases her unease. "I'm not falling for this love thing like you are, Mom," Rose says. Her mom tries to soothe her concerns, but Rose's head's spinning. To lighten the mood, Derek gives Rose a knife, for safety. And while Rose thinks it's weird, she also thinks it's kind of cool. Slowly but surely, her ice towards him is melting. Then the unthinkable happens. A gust of wind and her mum's overboard. It's a race against time to save her. Rose scrambles looking for a blanket and stumbles on a stash of weapons. Red flag alert. Rose tries not to think about it. Thankfully, Mom's fine, but Rose's phone fell in the water. Rose brushes it off, glad that her mum is safe, but the incident doesn't settle her nerves. A storm hits, and Rose is seriously worried. Derek reassures them it's no biggie. They make it through, but Rose's suspicion grows. Later, her mum confesses she hasn't given Rose the life she deserves. Rose is having none of it. "I'm happy with you, Mom." Then Derek chimes in. Rose questions him about the weapons, and he plays the ex-cop card, now a security guard. Rose is intrigued, and he even teaches her to shoot, realizing she's a natural. Turns out her dad was a military man. By now, Rose is warming up to Derek, maybe more than she wants to admit. Then, bam! One night, Rose is woken up by another boat. 3 armed guys are threatening Derek. These guys are clearly looking for something. They're questioning Derek, but he clams up. In a fit of rage, one of them slaps Rose's mom, and that's when things go completely sideways. Rose's mom tells her to hide. Rose bolts to grab a weapon, but it's too late, and she hears the shots. She runs back and finds her mom dead, Derek wounded. These guys ransacked the place and tossed Rose's world into chaos. Rose is devastated. She's now alone, scared and filled with rage. The boat is on fire, but she fights, doing everything she can to put it out. Rose wraps her mother's body and starts to deal with the reality of her horrific situation, her heart heavy with loss. The boat is damaged. Her phone and the radio are gone. She's completely stranded. She discovers Derek, barely alive, tied to a rope in the water. She yanks him on board, her anger brewing inside. She confronts him, but he plays dumb. I don't know who they are. Now Rose has no idea what to do. Derek suggests using the bedsheets as a makeshift sail. Desperate, she does as he suggests. The next day, Rose starts playing detective. She finds old photos of Derek, one with a woman, his wife, named Annalisia, the same name as the boat. It was his boat all along, and Derek has pictures of the guys who killed her mother. The con is thickening. She ties Derek up, but he vanishes. She finds him and demands answers. Derek just gives her vague answers. He's not afraid of her, or even seems sad about her mother. He manipulates her, and despite not trusting him, she agrees to help him fix the boat. Rose has no choice, as he is her only ticket out of there. The engine is dead. They are at the mercy of the wind. Rose pulls out her mother's locket. Derek claims he gave it to her, but Rose knows it's an old family heirloom. They continue to sail for days when Derek's temper starts to show. He's freaking out about not being on course. Rose sees an island. She directs the boat towards the island. She has had enough with Derek. They make it to the island on a raft. Rose falls into the water because she doesn't know how to use the boat. Derek saves her, giving her CPR and bringing her to consciousness. Later at the cave, Derek tells his sob story. A good cop, his life was falling apart. His wife left him, so he fell in with bad guys and got rich. And no, I didn't love your mum, he confesses. I was just using her to get to you. He liked pretty women like Rose, for his boss, the absolute monster, the guys from his past, are the ones who killed her mother. Rose's blood boils with anger. She attacks Derek and he falls to the ground. She tries to shoot him, but the gun is empty. He grabs her, but she fights him off and runs into the woods. The chase is on, all night long. Rose decides to try to escape with the raft. Derek shoots at her, hitting her in the foot. He also falls and is injured. Rose leaves him for dead. Her journey doesn't get any easier. The raft is sinking. She had to toss her mother's body in the sea. After a couple of days of being stranded, she sees a ship. The ship picks her up, but her hope turns to dread when she sees the same boat and the girls who are intoxicated. Rose realizes she's with the bad guys. She makes a plan and takes a bath. Once she's ready, she attacks the boss, killing him with a wrench. Rose, the damsel in distress, is now a full-blown warrior. She gathers more weapons and goes on a rampage, taking down the bad guys one by one. She frees the kidnapped girls and turns her attention to the last man, Derek. But wait, he was there on the ship because his boss saved him. Rose laughs in disbelief. I killed your boss. He pushes her down the stairs. He picks up the gun to end it when he finds that she's missing, and as soon as he turns to find her, he's hit with a chemical and Rose takes him out with the same knife he gave her. The ship is cleared. All the bad guys are dead. Rose and the surviving women are safe. They make it to the docks, where they are greeted by the police. Rose recounts her story. She says, I can't go back home. There is nothing for me there. My life is over. The officer assures her, you're a hero. You have a future. He made her see the light. She decides to embrace the path ahead and live her life again. And that is where the movie ends.